Hi, boys and girls, this is Miss Green. Welcome to our reading lesson. Today we are working on Module 6, Lesson 4. Take a look at the picture on the first slide. Do you know what building that is? If you said the White House, then you would be correct. We are going to be reading about the White House today. And the White House is where the President of the United States lives. It looks big and fancy, doesn't it? All right, we are talking about the soft C sound today. Yesterday we talked about the soft G, which sounds like J, 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 right? Well, the C has two sounds also. We have a hard C sound, which is K, 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 like in the word cat or car. And then the soft C sound says S, like the letter S, like in the word city or face. Let's listen to the soft C song.
When C meets E, I or Y, the sound is soft. If you know soft C, sing along with me. Soft C sounds like S. A, S, race. I, price. Space. Mice. If you know soft C, sing along with me. Soft C sounds like circle, circle. Cell. Cycle. Scent. If you know soft C, sing along with me. Soft C sounds like S. If you know soft C, sing along with me. Soft C sounds like S. Race, price, space, mice, circle, cell, cycle, scent.
All right, so that is the soft C sound. So whenever we have C followed by an E or an I or a Y, okay, it makes the soft C sound, which sounds like S. Let's practice reading some words. And let's see if they are hard C or soft C sounds. So if we have a hard C sound, we're going to highlight it in green. And if we have a soft C sound, we're going to highlight it in red. All right, here we go. Remember, soft C words, after the C, you will see an E, I, or Y. Okay, here we go. We have clock. K, k, k. That is the hard C sound. So I'm going to highlight that in green. Then I have ape, cape. That is another hard C word. What about the next one? Ook, cook. That's a hard C. Then we have cable. Is that hard C or soft C? If you said hard, you would be right. Next one. Ooh, I have a clue here. I see that the C has an E after it, so I think this is going to be a soft C word. Let's sound this word out. Face. That's a soft C. Okay, then I have came. Is that hard C or soft C? Hard C. Very good. Okay, there's another one. I have a C followed by an E. So let's try this one. Bossy E makes the I say its name. Mice. Okay, next one. Another C followed by an E. So let's try this. Trace. This time I have a C followed by an I. So that's going to be a soft C word. City. Spice. Okay, let's read the next word. The C is not followed by an E or an I, so it's going to be a hard C. Climb. Next one, C followed by an E. Fence. This on the next one, the C is not followed by an E, so it's going to be a hard C. Cabin. About this one, cramp. Next one, close. Next one, crumb. Okay, do you see what I see in the next one? A C followed by an E, so it's going to be a soft C, and the E makes the I say its name. So let's read it together. Slice, like a slice of bread. Okay, then we have crane. We are back to the hard C. Okay, after that, I've got a C followed by an E. So let's read this word together. Space. Okay, C and E. Center. Okay. There is no I or E after this one, so this is going to be a hard C. We have call, cost. Oh, what's this one? C and E makes the soft C sound, which says S. So we have E, celery. Very good. And the last one, if I have a C followed by a Y, it's also going to make the soft C sound. So I have fancy. Excellent reading. So be practicing with the soft C sound as you read. Today we are going to be contrasting two texts that are on the same topic. Yesterday we talked about comparing, but today we're going to contrast. So if compare means to tell how they are the same, then contrast means we're going to talk about how these two passages are different. Okay? All right, I'm going to read passage A to you, and then I'm going to read passage B. Both of these passages are about the White House. The White House has been the home of presidents for over 200 years. It took 8 years to build the huge house. Even though George Washington was the first president, he did not live in the White House. President Adams and his family were the first to live there. The White House has 132 rooms. It has 16 bedrooms, 15 bathrooms, and of course, the Oval Office. All right, let's read paragraph B. Every day, over 6,000 people visit the White House in Washington, D.C. For over 200 years, the White House has been home to the presidents of the United States and his family. Every president has lived there except George Washington because they had not finished building it yet. There are fun things to do while living there. It has a pool, a movie theater, and a bowling lane. There are 132 rooms in it. Wow. All right, so I saw several things that were the same, but I also saw some things that were different. Here's what we're going to do to contrast these two texts. We're going to highlight the parts that were the same, and then anything left over we'll know was different, okay? So let's see. They talked about the White House was home to the president. They did that in both passages, so I'm going to highlight that. And they talked about how it was their home for over 200 years. Okay, so for over 200 years, the White House has been home to the presidents of the United States and his family. And the White House has been home to the presidents for over 200 years. Let's see. It talks about how it took over 8 years to build this huge house in paragraph A. But if you look in paragraph B, it does not say that. So that would be a difference. I'm going to leave those unhighlighted so I can go back to them. Let's see. Even though George Washington was the first president, he did not live in the White House. Let's see what it says over here. Every president has lived there except George Washington because they had not finished building it yet. So yes, it talks about how George Washington did not live in the White House. So I'm going to highlight those because that's in both. Okay, now let's read the next one. President Adams and his family were the first to live there. So that's in paragraph A. If I look at paragraph B, do you see anything about President Adams and his family? Nope, so that's one way that they are different, so I'm going to leave that unhighlighted. The White House has 132 rooms. Did they mention that in both passages? Yes, they did. Okay. And then it says it has 16 bedrooms, 15 bathrooms, and of course the Oval Office. Does it tell us in paragraph B how many bedrooms and bathrooms there are? No, instead they talk about how there's a pool, a movie theater, and a bowling lane. All right, so remember, we are contrasting these two texts. So we're going to talk about how they are different. And remember, everything that I did not highlight shows how they are different. So let's go back and underline what we said was different, okay? Paragraph A talks about how it took 8 years to build the White House. But in paragraph B, they did not mention that. Instead, they talked about how over 6,000 people visit the White House in Washington, D.C. Okay, let's skip to the next slide and let's write one way that we said they were different. So text A talks about how it took 8 years to build the White House. So I'm going to write text A. And then I'm going to say talks about how it took 8 years to build the White House. That's one way that they are different, because paragraph B did not talk about that, did it? Okay, let's go back. Over here in paragraph B, it says that there are fun things to do while living there. It has a pool, a movie theater, and a bowling lane. Well, in paragraph A, it told us how many bedrooms and bathrooms there were, but it did not say that there was a pool, a movie theater, and a bowling lane. So that would be another way that these two texts are different. So text B said that the White House has a movie theater, a pool, and a bowling lane. And that was not mentioned in text A. So remember, when we contrast important points from two different texts, that means we're telling how those two texts are different. Okay? Good luck going through your learning module, and we will see you soon. Bye.